Okay, I'm so excited. We got two Amazon boxes.
Yeah, big for
A lot of like last minute things that I decided to buy just because it's easier to get online than to buy them on Walmart or like a local store. So Luna has already taken out about probably 100% of the things that are in the box. But yeah, we're just gonna go through them and just kind of see what these are like. So I guess, yeah, the first thing is these writing tablets. Vamos a abrirlo. Should have brought, ooh, of course. And this. So it's basically a little LCD tablet. They just write on it and then that's it. So it's free, it's easy, it doesn't weigh at all, and the battery probably lasts forever. So I got a few stroller accessory items to kind of give our stroller a little bit of help. I got this like mesh side sling or cargo net, it's called. Wow, this is a lot bigger than I thought. Like it's like cargo net that you put on the side of your stroller and you can just drop a lot of things in there and it doesn't take up any space at all. So excited about that. So this I'm really excited about. So there are these, hopefully these will come out, hand warmers, but they're rechargeable. Oh my god, these are so cute. So these are, this is what they look like. They're pretty thin. I think they're magnetic. Yes, they are magnetic. I don't know if these come charged. It does. Ooh, it's getting warm. So right now, I think that's the highest. So it actually just heats up this part. This part does not heat. Okay, so putting it in the lowest setting. Wow, it regulates super quickly. Like that literally just cooled off really quickly. No te quema? No? So first setting, she completely holds it in her hand. No issue. All right, next. What is this? Okay, so this is a lot bigger than I thought. So I needed like a very small, almost pocket-sized umbrella. The umbrella is actually extremely tiny, so I think this is perfect. This is actually a super decent size umbrella. Next, I got a stroller caddy. I'm not sure if that's what you call it. This is what it looks like. This is actually pretty good. So it has two cup holders. It has a zipper here up the front that you can actually remove. And then there's a middle compartment. This is to actually attach it to the stroller. It has these Velcro straps to actually attach. I'm pretty happy with what I can see from now. Ooh, okay. Wow, this is so much bigger than I thought. So I needed a blanket because again, it's gonna get cold and I just wanna make sure that my daughter and ourselves are cozy and warm throughout. Sorry if you can hear her in the background. So it comes in a little bag. Oh my god. It has this to attach it, I guess, to a backpack, or in my case, I would love to attach it to the stroller. And then it also has this, I guess, to put it in your luggage. So this is quite big. It literally covers me entirely, and I'm 5'5". Next, so we got ponchos or rain jackets. So I bought this one for Luna. It has a little like hat in the front, which I think is so clever, especially in kids. So this is what it looks like. And I bought these for Emmanuel and I. So All right, so let's see what else we have here. So I saw a couple of YouTubers recommend these disposable placemats. And so these are Disney themed, but they have other themes. I think that they have like princess and then probably other non-Disney related. But essentially they're placemats that they can color on, but they also have like adhesive on the back to put in the table so it doesn't, move around or anything. And this is a packet of 24, by the way. I did not realize it was such a large packet. This is literally paper thin. You can just toss this in your party bag. So this is what they look like. I was expecting this to be like literally paper quality, but it's almost plasticky. All of these together are quite heavy. I think it's because the fact that they're kind of a plastic material. But I guess the point is that you're bringing one or two to the park, so you're not really going to feel that way. These, honestly, they might have been like an impulse buy. They're literally the size of my face. So these are stroller hooks, but you put them on your stroller and then you can hang like your I'm honestly thinking of using these for our water bottles. Having them hanging on the stroller, I think it's perfect. So this is the brand that I bought, and again, you can see in the picture kind of what they use it for. I'm so sorry if you hear my daughter. She's just like, but I'm just letting her be because I need her entertained so I can actually film this video. This is a shirt for Emmanuel. So this is for the Very Merry Christmas Party. It's more of a wine color than what it shows on the screen. It's actually a very pretty color, and obviously for Christmas time, I can see him wearing this for other things. So it's a knitted shirt. I will say, I thought it being a knitted shirt, it was going to be a little bit more warm and thick. It is not. It is actually pretty thin. You can probably see through it. I don't know. It's not really warm as I thought it would be. So he will be wearing this hopefully for the Very Merry Christmas Party. I will be wearing a red little athletic dress, and then Luna is going to wear a red Hello Kitty dress that I got from Walmart. I'm a tad disappointed in this shirt because it was, I think, around like $36, and I bought him a knitted shirt very similar to this, but like a navy color, and it's much thicker and like warmer at Marshall's, and it was way cheaper than this shirt. So I guess I'll have to see him try it on, and then I'll decide if it's worth the quality or not. All right, so I'm trying to look from everything that's going around. These are packing cubes. I bought pink ones for Luna, beige ones for myself, and then I bought these black ones for Emmanuel. Ran out of battery, so I kind of organized and cleaned a little in the background. But as I was saying, so these compression bags, they're not actually compression, but I think the goal of reducing the thickness and overall measurements of your packing cubes, it's pretty good at doing that. So the material is pretty good. It's not like this really cheap thin plastic. Probably not the thickest material either. So I think it's okay for the price. So this is what they look like, and then once you compress it, they look like this. So it brings, I think it brings one, two small, two medium, and two large, I think. So I think it's 6 packing cubes overall, and then it has a little shoe bag, I think this is like a laundry bag, and then a little small toiletry bag. So I think it's like pretty damn good for the price. All of this that it brings. Okay, so I do have another box, and I opened it up as I was waiting for my phone to charge, but one of the things that I bought was this thing called Strollmate. Yeah, Strollmate. And it's essentially this like sling, I think is what you would call it, or like bungee cord. So you strap this to your stroller, and then your toddler can hang on to this while they walk next to you, so that they're not, you know, my daughter, you know, she loves being in the stroller because she doesn't, you know, have to walk. But then she's also in the age where she wants to walk so she can like see more and explore more and whatnot. And it always stresses me out to have her just kind of, you know, roam away or look away for a second and she's not there. So just yeah, so Luna has a graham cracker, honey flavored, and they're yummy, right? I want to. See? Yeah. So this just kind of gives me a peace of mind. Obviously, it doesn't assure that they're gonna grab onto it. Actually, already like practiced a little bit walking around in our apartment, and I put it on like my pants, and I was like, okay, let's walk here and let's practice. Like, Luna, come over here, come over there, so she could see the actual dynamic of it. So excited about that one. Dame para enseñarlo. So another thing that I got was a bib, and this is a junior bib. And so it's this little mermaid themed kind of Disney print. It's from Disney Baby. And essentially, whenever we're having a meal, she has this little pretty dress on and we don't want to get it, you know, damaged or messed with, then we could just put this on, clean it up later, and then we are good to go. The next thing that I got is a travel cooler. Now, this definitely was an impulse buy because, ooh, but it's so nice. So I saw a couple of YouTubers have like specifically this one, which is from JL Childress with the Disney theme, but you know, I didn't need to buy obviously the Disney theme one, but the idea with this is whatever snacks, especially fruit, that we bring into the park for our toddler, then I would put it in the cooler with an ice pack and hopefully that'll keep cool as long as it can. Okay, so this does come with a reusable ice pack, but I did buy one of those solid, just solid ice packs from Walmart. It was pretty cheap. I think it was around like $2. So yeah, we would just put that in our little fridge. Hopefully it'll get cold enough that it would last throughout the day. Then whatever fruits, like I said, or any snacks that we would have for our daughter, then we would put in the cooler. And then the thing that I most like about this cooler is the belt strap. Now there are other coolers on Amazon that has these exact same features. Probably ones that looked like they last a little longer or stronger, because I do think the kind of fabric on the strap looks like it might not last very long, but I've seen other people have it and it does okay. So again, a little bit of an impulse buy, but excited to use this. All right, so this other box is actually the beige color. Sí, esa es tu camisa. So, la roja me decepcionó un poquito, como que la tela, no pensé que iba a ser así. Como, ajá, tiene como... Alright, so one of the last items, I'm really excited about this one. So I bought this to have as like my personal bag at the parks. It's quite large. This was exactly what I was scared of, but I decided to just risk it. I didn't quite know what the size of the bag was going to be, and I didn't want it to be too large. Like a fanny pack type of structure, you know, or shape. And what I will say is I am 100% in love with the material. This is like a nylon material, so it's one of those materials that's like very easy to clean. It's kind of shiny and it just looks very high quality. So I'm actually quite excited about that. Alright, so the straps are kind of big, I will say. And it brings two options of long straps. So this little like printed one and a regular one. And it does match the color pretty good. So essentially, ooh, okay. I like the strap. Like it has this little like fake leather material here, which I think gives it a little bit of extra oomph. A little bit of an extra oomph. Front. Like I'm not used to wearing these type of bags, so I think it will just get a little bit of getting used to it. But I think it's beautiful. I think the access to it of just like open over there and then having all of this space because it is very, very large. It has a zipper inside and then this other zipper here. Oh, and it has a zipper on the back as well. Excited about that one. I really, really like this. And this was under $20. So again, just excited about that. Hi everyone. I was editing this video as we came back from our trip and I realized I did not film an outro. And I also forgot to film one last thing that I bought because my light ran out of battery and then I just kind of went on. So the last thing I was going to show was these waterproof sandals that I got from Amazon. I'll insert a picture hopefully here. And I don't want to show my actual sandals because they're pretty dirty. And that just comes to show how much I've used these sandals since the trip. I started using the sandals actually before the trip to kind of break them in a little bit. And I haven't stopped using them ever since. They're so incredibly comfortable. I use them for like whole days at the parks for walking. And my feet, did not hurt at the end of the day versus my Adidas Sambas, which I do have a sole. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I have a sole that I put into the shoes to make them more comfortable. But even with those soles, at the end of the day, I had a lot of foot pain. So, yeah, just highly recommend these sandals for walking and just in general since they're waterproof and they're so comfortable and they look not like entirely like casual or like too sporty. You can kind of dress them up a little bit. So I used them with like a long dress that I wore one day. And ever since I've used them, with outfits that just needed, some sandals that were not too much of a sporting vibe. So 100% recommend these sandals. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of, and I'm so sorry for the lighting in this video, but this will just be like a quick clip. But I wanted to just very quickly mention the things that we did use and didn't use from the Amazon haul. Now, the packing cubes, 10 out of 10 would recommend for the price. They were, they did their job. They're not like the best quality thing ever, but nothing broke. They were good. I love that they have a handle that you can kind of grab the packs from the suitcase, and put them elsewhere. So that was really helpful as well. All of the stroller accessories I used. Those like giant hooks that I mentioned that I probably wouldn't use and they were too big and whatnot. That was one of the things that I most used on our stroller. We use that to like hang our water bottles, to hang bags, to hang even our backpack. The basket under a stroller is not as big as I would like it to be, and it can fit, but you have to like push it in there. So I rather just hang it with the hook on the back of the handle of the stroller, and that worked perfectly. Obviously, it creates a lot of weight the more things you hang on your stroller. So just be mindful when your kid like gets off of the stroller that the stroller can actually go back. So just be mindful of the things that you're hanging on and just know you're not going to be able to hang everything. The cooler, I used it every single day. My daughter did not snack as much as I thought she would from like the things that we bought. So I went with the mindset of like buying all these snacks from Walmart. I did like a small grocery and I ended up losing a lot of it. So if you buy all these things and then you don't have anywhere to bring it back with you, you don't have anyone to give it to, then it kind of gets wasted. So the ponchos and the umbrellas, 100% we did use. It rained a couple of days, a couple of days, and one of those days we were in Epcot and it rained like heavy, heavy, heavy rain. So definitely the stroller cover, like rain cover, that I did not buy from Amazon, so I didn't show in this video. But having that 100% is needed, and then having the umbrella and having like the ponchos as well was like we 100% use those. So, and then the rain jacket that I got my daughter that had like the little like I forget what that's called, but the little like plastic hat on the front. In the beginning, you know, when she first put it on, I remember her thinking like, "Oh, this is too big. Like, oh, I don't want that on my face." But when it rained and she used it, that was phenomenal because she did not, you know, she could see perfectly well. She did not get rain, you know, anywhere near her face. So that I really, really love that feature of that rain jacket. Another thing that I wanted to mention was the park bag. So that like beige color bag that I showed, at first I did feel it was a little bit large to have, but it was incredibly useful. And I will say it is very spacious, right? So you can put a lot of stuff in there. But I found that the more things that I put in there, the more weight it was on my shoulders, and then it just became uncomfortable throughout the day. So I just kept it with like the necessary things, but having things like my phone, my wallet, glasses, you know, like sunglasses, um, Luna's autograph book with the Sharpie to just kind of have that ready on the go whenever we met like a character. Those like main things, having like tissue papers, chopstick, and I think that's it. Like even my portable charger, I put that on the bag because it was heavy. So I just kind of kept those, more or so those things that I mentioned, and that weight was like bearable to have throughout the day. And the ease of the bag of like opening with one hand, just like opening, put my hand in there, and I could get everything out really quickly was so helpful in the park. So I would say you don't have to get that specific bag, but just a bag with a very similar structure or dynamic of having it here up front and being able to zip open just with one hand and taking things out is very helpful. And I think it's like probably the most efficient, the bag that works best for walking around and being all day at a Disney park. And the sling for her to hang on to, she did use that quite frequently, not all the time, but she did use it. So I would still recommend something like that if you're going to a highly crowded place like a Disney park. So I would say all of the items that I bought for the stroller I used, especially like I said, the hooks. So I would say if you're going to Disney, like 100% get one of those stroller hooks. Like I would tell you, I did not see a single stroller in the Disney park that did not have stroller hooks. So I can see why they're really convenient and they're really useful. And that's it for this Amazon haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that gave you a little bit of ideas and inspiration on things that you might need that you're not thinking about, or maybe things that you were thinking about buying and were kind of on the fence about. Hopefully this video served as inspiration for all of those things. So thank you so much for watching. If you, again, enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I do have a video of the week before our trip, all the packing and kind of final prepping. And I will go over all of the items for like entertaining Luna that I got to kind of give you an idea if you're thinking about those things as well. Stay on the lookout for that. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.